Hey everybody, this is Threshold Training's workout day for Thursday, September 3rd. So, yesterday we had a bit of a lower intensity workout, more structural fatiguing, and less about high heart rate, high respiration rate. Today we're going to start with some strength up front, get into some conditioning at the end that we're going to look for kind of an acceleration pattern, if you will, where we get kind of a little bit faster each round. So we're going to start up front. We're going to do 6 sets of 3 back squats from the rack. Our goal is to build to a heavier, challenging set of 3. We're going to use the first 3 sets to build to that challenging load, and then we're going to use the last 3 sets, keep the same load across those sets. So for example, I'd do a couple warm-up sets, and then I'd start my working sets. I'd use set 1, 2, 3 to build and load, focusing on my position and my mechanics, and then for sets 4, 5, and 6, I'm going to keep the load the same. You can build between set 3 and set 4 if you'd like to, but from set 4 on, you're keeping the load the same. We're going to rest 90 seconds to 2 minutes between sets. I'm going to have the bar on my back like so. Okay, so about shoulder width apart or wider. And from here, I'm going to push down on the bar, lift or elevate my shoulder blades slightly, squeeze them back. This will allow you to create a shelf for the bar on your back. You're going to take about shoulder width stance for that squat. You will descend down a little bit slower on the way down and explosive on the way up. We want you thinking about an explosive squat during these sets. Another thing is, imagine in your midfoot and forefoot that you are squeezing oranges between your midfoot. You're going to cut your ankle in half, midfoot, and forefoot. You're squeezing oranges between those parts of your feet and the ground as you rise up from the squat. Okay, this will allow us to keep a bit of an upright torso as we ascend from the squat, pushing down through those parts, the midfoot and the forefoot, so kind of the ball of your foot, the middle of your foot. It's not that we're not putting pressure on the heels, but we're also allowing us, right, to keep our hips underneath our shoulders by doing so. Okay? If you are at home, we are doing 4 sets of the following movements, kind of a superset here. So we have 8 dumbbell RDLs. I have a slower down, faster up tempo. Okay, so here I'm pushing my hip back, knees slightly bent. Then I have 8 goblet squats. Okay, so weights in the front. We're going to use it as a counterbalance to keep the chest tall, not letting the chest round forward as we descend down. And then we're going to do 8 double leg bridges on the floor, like so. And so on those bridges, you're thinking about scooping up through the hips until they're in line with the knees, and then rolling down 1 vertebrae at a time, going from your mid-back to your lower back. So you're not just plopping your hips right down, you're slowly lowering your hips, letting your back kind of gradually come back to the floor 1 vertebrae at a time, or 1 piece at a time. You too will take 90 seconds to 2 minutes between sets and complete 4 instead of 6. All right, then our conditioning portion for the day. For time, we are completing the following body of work. We're starting with 40 calories on the rower, right into 40 dual dumbbell renegade rows. Back to 20 calories on the rower, and then 20 total dual dumbbell renegade rows. Then 10 calories on the rower, 10 dual dumbbell renegade rows. We're expecting this to take about 7 to 10 minutes. Okay? So because this is designed to be a row, you'll be rowing and then kind of rowing some more unilaterally. Right? So this is going to tax similar muscle groups. So we'll have a bit of a structural fatigue element in addition to a metabolic response. For the first set of 40s, we want you to start this at a manageable pace for both the row and the renegade row, so break it up early. Then for the 20-calorie row, we want you to go a bit faster. Then for the 10-calorie row, we want you to go a bit faster. Same thing with the dumbbell renegade rows. See if you can do more reps per set in the 20 and the 10 than you did in the 40. So maybe you did 4 sets of 4 for the renegade rows. Now maybe you do 15 and 5. Maybe you do all 20 in a row. Maybe you do all 10 in a row. Okay? So your sets are a little bit longer, your row is a little bit faster. So think of it as like you're accelerating through this workout, starting slow and then gradually ramping up speed. If you would like to run, you may run 600 meters to start, then 300 meters second round, 100 meters the last round. Our renegade rows, we're going to take dumbbells of equal weight. We're going to start in a plank position. You can spread your feet out a little bit. That can help you balance as you twist. Ideally, we are resisting the rotation as we pull one dumbbell towards our ribs. Okay? So our hips and shoulders are square to the ground, ideally. So I'm going to row dumbbell towards my ribs, down, press my hand to the ground, lift the other side, and alternate back and forth again for a total of 40, 20, or 10. Okay. Our prescribed loads of 40 pounds per hand for males, 30 pounds per hand for females, scaling down as needed. The goal of that is to pick a weight to allow you to do multiple reps in a row while keeping, again, your hips and shoulders square. We shouldn't feel like we are losing range of motion with our arm, we're twisting, okay, or we're losing our plank position. So we're either piking up a whole lot or we're down like so on our knees, hips toward the floor. We should maintain a good semblance of plank position during this movement. All right, guys, that is Thursday's workouts. Have an awesome day and have a great workout.